All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cool Stuff live stream. I'm your host, Aaron Patterson, a weekend enthusiast. I'm not an expert in weekends. I haven't studied them in school. I don't have a degree in weekends. I'm very enthusiastic about weekends and I like what they have to offer for me. I, I have a special guest. I have a special guest on today, and I can hear her laughing at my dumb jokes, so that's making me laugh. So sorry about that, everybody. I hope everyone can hear me. I haven't had. Oh, hello. It's good to see you. Okay, I am going to start the presentation now, and then oh, let's get into this. I think is the traditional way to start things. Okay. Keynote view. All right, so welcome to the Cool Stuff live stream. I'm gonna be hacking on LSPs today, or we're gonna be hacking on LSPs today. I have a special guest, Eileen, on today, and actually, I think I did a live stream about LSPs in September last year. And unfortunately, though, I didn't make very much progress on the LSP, and I think that's because we started out with basically nothing and just tried to build an LSP from nothing, and I don't know, it took more than 30 or 40 minutes or whatever. I mean, we got a little bit going, but not very much. So I want to revisit it today in this live stream, but we're gonna do a few things differently. And by the way, if anybody has questions as we're going along, just put it into the chat, and we will answer them as we're going. All right, so a few things different about this one versus the September stream. We're gonna actually start with a minimal implementation, so we don't have to mess around with the very low level nuts and bolts of building an LSP. So we can actually focus on something else. The other difference on this live stream is we've got a new goal, which I'm going to address. I'll address that in a little bit after we get further along. And also the third thing that is much different about this live stream is that I actually have a guest on to help me get it done this time. Last time we had Vinny on working with me on LSPs. This time I have Eileen on. And she is going to help with our new goal in the language server. So first off, I'm going to talk about what language servers are just as a recap, how language servers work. And then instead of actually building a language server, we're not going to do that this time. We're going to extend a language server that we already have to do some new stuff. So what is a language server? First off, a language server is just a process that runs on your machine, and it communicates with your editor. So if you have Vim, for example, I use Vim, and whenever Vim opens a file or something or makes changes to the file, it can tell the LSP about this process, and then the process can analyze your code. Hello, Hector. Happy Friday. The the LSP can analyze your code, and then it'll send some data back to your editor and be like, oh, hey, there's a problem here, or just whatever type of information that it wants to send back to the editor, it can. So for example, your editor can display warnings or anything, any kind of information we want to. So the LSP sits there and just analyzes your code and then tells your editor about different stuff in the code. Now, the relationship between if you think about the relationship between the LSP and your editor, it could look a little bit like this. But this is so maybe you have different plugins for every different language, and I know this as a Vim user. It's oh, okay, I gotta search for what is the I don't know, Vim plugin for Rust or whatever. You got to find all the different plugins and install those. But LSPs change that a little bit they have a standardized protocol. So like these little arrows here, those are a standardized protocol, which is the language server protocol. And what's cool about that is that you can implement a language server for anything, say Ruby or Rust or C or whatever. And as long as they speak the language server protocol, it can work along with your editor. So the relationship looks a little bit more like this, where we have a language server protocol here in the middle, and then all the different LSP servers can work with any different editor that you want to. So this is really nice because it means you just write the one language server, and then the one language server can work with anybody's editor. So for Ruby folks here, I think the most close analogy is like, this is kind of like Rack, except rather than web servers, we're talking about editors and programming languages. So we have a standardized, basically just a standardized interface. Today we're going to be using Vim, and that is because that is the editor that I use. I am a Vim person. I've been using Vim for a while. But since we're hacking on a language server and the protocol is a standard, you should be able to use it with anything. Specifically, we're using Vim 9 along with the Vim LSP plugin. And this is a link to the LSP plugin. It's in the description of the video too, so you can click on it there. Installing the LSP plugin is very simple. You just do these 3 commands, and it'll get it installed into your Vim. And then you need to configure it. You have to configure the LSP, or you have to configure the plugin so that it knows about the different LSPs. So, for example, here I have a configuration saying like, I want the LSP to use ClangD for C source files. So we'll say like here, this is the name of the language server. Right here is the executable. So ClangD is the executable. You can check that you have this in the terminal. You just open the terminal, type ClangD. And then I can say like, oh, okay, well, we want this particular file type C. So only open on C files. In this case, like for us working on a language server, I've added these different configurations in the vimrc. So we're going to say like, hey, I want verbose logging because we got to debug stuff. And then you can tell it where the log file is. The other interesting thing is like, we're going to hack on a very minimal LSP it's self-contained in one file. And I put that file in the description too, so you can check it out there. And it's kind of funny. It's like, okay, if you open Vim in the same directory as the ls.rb, then it'll go ahead and start ls.rb. So we'll look at that too. So how do language servers work? They all communicate via standard in and standard out, or they communicate via TCP. We're only working with standard in and standard out here, just because it's easier. The typical order of operations. So when you open up your editor, you don't have a language server running typically. What happens is the editor, like when the editor detects that you open a file that has something to do with a language server, it'll start the process for you. So you'll open Vim. In Vim, you'll open foo.rb. Vim is like, oh, there's supposed to be a language server associated with foo.rb, so it'll start the language server process and then continue communicating with it. And another thing is that if you open multiple Ruby files, it won't start a process for every single file. It just communicates with the one process. As for the protocol itself, it looks very, very similar to HTTP, but it's not exactly. You just have to send a couple headers, and then all the communications is done via JSON. And we'll look at the language server code itself, and then you can see that. It looks kind of like HTTP, but it's not. And the other kind of important thing is it's not necessarily request and response. So like, if the LSP detects that you have problems with your source code, it can just push that to the editor. So there wasn't necessarily any like request happening. The editor doesn't say like, hey, tell me if there's any errors. The LSP can actually push that back up into the editor. The events are all coded as JSON, either on the language server side or the editor side, and the events can happen at any time. Now, of course, like if you can have events happening at any time, that means that we need to have some sort of way to like coordinate them. And the way we coordinate them or keep them in order is with an ID. So the language server will generate an ID for a message, and then, or the editor will generate an ID for the message, send it to the language server, and then when the language server wants to respond to that particular message, it sends that ID back. So that way we can have messages going asynchronously, and then both the server and the editor can make sense of them. So when the language server initializes, we just have to send some capabilities back to the editor, and these capabilities are basically just saying like, hey, this is the stuff that I support, or this is the stuff that this language server supports. So for example, in this JSON, we're saying I support, the language server is telling the editor, oh, I support open and close events. I support changes, so when somebody changes a file without saving, it'll inform the language server. And then also I want to know about save events, so when the user does like save the file, it wants to know about it. So an example of what the messages look like. So here's an example of what a message will look like when a document is saved. The editor will send this JSON down to the language server. This is just saying, hey, I did save this. This file got saved, and it gives you a URI to the file. The general format of these messages just looks something like this, where it'll have like a method key, and the method key just tells you what event happened, and then there'll be like params, and the params will be just like all the contextual information about that particular method. And you can see all these methods and information if you go to this URL. It has like all the JSON formatting, all the possible messages, and all the information that goes along with them there. Here's an example of what the spec looks like. A lot of the spec looks like this, where we just specify a hash key. Like this is the method, so that's the thing that came in the JSON. And that's just a string, and then we have some params hash that has all of our information. The params is this did open text document params thing. And if you go look that up, it tells you all the information you can send along with it. To make this a bit easier, you can also use this language server protocol gem, and it encodes all the spec into Ruby objects. So you can just like use Ruby objects and then serialize those to JSON. And it's like, it matches the spec almost exactly. So you can see like here we have did open text document params as a Ruby class, and that matches the language server specification. So you can just create these objects, call to JSON on them, and then send them over the wire. I'm not doing that in this basic editor or this basic implementation, just because we're not doing anything fancy. So language server recap. It's just a process. It's launched by your editor. Your editor communicates with the language server via JSON. But today, the thing I want to do differently today is I keep thinking about this. I've been thinking about this for a while, and if you saw my talk at RailsConf this year, you'll probably know I've been thinking about this already. I keep thinking like, what if Rails had a language server built into it? Like, what type of stuff could we expose to the editor if Rails shipped with a language server? Now, I talked to the LSP team at Shopify about this, and they thought it was a great idea. So they actually made a gem already, which is the Ruby LSP Rails gem. So you can already go download this gem and like get this stuff that we're gonna do today. But the main difference is that all the stuff that it supports is built into like it itself. It's not generic. What I would like to do is I would like to have a way for us to, or for any language server to be able to discover information about a Rails application in development, and then get that, like, be able to introspect onto the application that's running. So the idea is that any LSP implementation could get access to exactly the same information as any other LSP. So the way we plan on doing that today is like Rails in development. I don't know how many people know about this, but there is an info controller during development. You can say like, hey, if you get an error, actually it's very funny. This info controller only shows up in a very, very limited case. Whereas like if you typo a path, like a URL helper path, it'll show up. But we want to extend this info controller to give us more information. So an LSP could say like, hey, give me info about this app. So for example, we might be able to say like, hey, tell me about all the routes that are in the app we're developing. Or maybe we could say like, hey, give me all of the attributes for a model, and then the LSP could do something with that. So I think that's what we're gonna do today. Let's hack on some stuff. I am going to bring on my guest now. Hello, Eileen. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Friday.
Finally.
I mean, it's always Friday somewhere, but today it is actually Friday. It's Friday here. How's that?
Yeah. Week's over. We're done.
Yes, we did it. We absolutely did it. Eileen, I guess I need to introduce you. Eileen, you are a weekday enthusiast, where I am a weekend enthusiast.
Yeah. So I'm always working for the weekend, obviously.
Oh, okay.
Like nobody wants the Sunday scaries.
That makes sense. Yes, absolutely. Okay. So have you studied weekdays? Are you a professional in weekdays?
Yeah, I have like a PhD in weekdays.
Okay. Let's see. What else am I gonna ask you? I'm sorry. Eileen and I were just practicing this before the live stream and cracking ourselves up a lot. So Eileen, I have worked with you for years and years. I enjoy working with you so much, but I need to ask you, what editor do you use?
Vim, of course. Are there other editors?
Yes, I guess there are other editors.
I mean, I have VS Code, but I literally just take notes that I then close the file without saving it.
Oh,
I have That's all I use it for.
I have VS Code too, but I only open it accidentally. And I'm like, oh no, quit. I don't know. I feel bad. I feel kind of bad because like I think I only invite, since I use Vim, I only ever invite people on to the live stream that also use Vim, and it's not because I'm against other editors. It's just that I don't know how to use anything else.
You can't, like, too hard to quit.
Yes, it's too. I built an entire. I told you I built an entire like project in order to quit Vim, right?
Yeah.
Which I will add. I will add that to the link. I will add that in the description of the YouTube too. Anyway, what else was I going to ask you? I don't know. Should we hack on some stuff now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right, let's do it. So, let me click on the thing here. Oh, let me hide. First off, let me hide Keynote. And we'll click on the thing here. All right. Oh, geez, I pulled this up already. So let's look at this is the LSP code, and we're just gonna walk through it. It's very short. We're just gonna walk through this real quick here, and then like start hacking on stuff. So I uploaded this to GitHub and put a link in the description too. So if anybody wants to like try out hacking on this, then like please take this code. I should have put a license in, but the license, I'm verbally telling you the license is public domain. Please take it and have fun. So like this, the LSP implementation just has like a reader and a writer, and those just wrap up standard in and standard out, and they just take care of our requests and responses. Even though I said, I shouldn't have said that.
You specifically told us there's no request response.
I specifically said there's no request or response, and then I named the variable response. Yes, thank you. Yes. Oh, I know what I was gonna point out. So like Eileen and I pair pair quite frequently. But Eileen is typically driving, and I enjoy working with Eileen because she's good at code and much better than I am. But the problem is like she's always driving, which means like we don't write Ruby code in Seattle style, but since this is my live stream, we're doing it in Seattle style. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Well,
Eileen.
I think it started because your keyboard's too loud. I can't hear when you type. That's why I type.
That's true too. I'm actually noticing, like, I'm noticing the clicking as we're pairing. Like, oh, this is loud. This. I could see how this might be distracting to people, but to me, it's music to the ears. This is how I let people know that I'm being productive, right? This is how I let Abby know I'm being productive. Okay, so in case people don't know what Seattle style is, it's basically use as few parentheses as possible, including method definitions. So you see here we don't have any parentheses because you can do that. And I know most people hate this, but I don't care. I like it.
I hate this.
The other thing is like, Eileen, do you use a light or a dark background?
Dark.
Okay. I feel that's another way that like that's another difference that I have is I always use a light background. I feel like most people use dark background. You think that's true?
Yeah, it's funny because like I don't like dark mode in anything else, just in my editor, just
Hmm.
Vim.
I don't have any problem using like darker backgrounds. Oh, Lance uses like backgrounds too. Yay! I don't have any problem using darker backgrounds. It's just that like uh a light background is a default. So I just like stuck with that. Okay, so here's the writer. This writes JSON out to the out to the or to the editor, I guess. And then here's the reader. The reader this just gets data back from the editor. And one thing I like that's here is a fun hack that I like to share with people. You can do so when you do gets on a can people see? Yes, okay, cool. When you do gets on an IO, you can give it a string and say, I want you to fetch all of the data up until this thing. So this is like, hey, I need you to give me the entire header. So the header always ends with, just like HTTP, it ends with /r/n/r/n. So we can say, hey, please read up until /r/n. And then the buffer already contains the header, just the header. So then you can match against it, get the length, and then read the data that we actually need, and then parse it into JSON. And then I think it's probably more interesting if we jump down to the bottom. It has just a run loop here. So this is the run loop. We just say give me a new reader, give me a new writer. We have a subscriber, and then we read messages. And when we read a message, we tell the subscriber, hey, please go handle this message. And then the subscriber is where we actually do the meat of our LSP work, which is here we can say let's see. So these are the current events that we handle. So just initialize, save, hover, getting a definition. Those are the only things we handle right now. And they don't the only thing that really works is initialize, I guess. So in initialize, we're saying, hey, we care about open and close. We care about changes. We care about saves. I don't know why this is a 1. It's really weird. I should probably read the spec more. It's like, do I care about changes or not? I only care about one change, one change. Actually, I think what it is you can say give me the whole document or just partial diffs, I think is what that's for, but 1 is not very descriptive. I don't know what this is for. This one is I can tell you where the definition of things are, and then hover, we want to know about hovers. So I'm going to show you an example of hovers. So I implemented hover, but it doesn't do anything neat. It just says hi YouTubers. So if I hit in, okay, let's do keycaster. Hopefully this will help people. Let's see. There we go. Let me move that over to here above me. Okay. So now you can see what I'm typing. So if I hit uppercase K in Vim, it'll bring up the did hover thing. So it says hi YouTubers. That's great. So we can change that. Oh, the other hack that I did is on say so like as we're developing this. Oh man, this key caster is so embarrassing. It's really highlighting how bad I am at this at Vim. It's like, oh, okay. All right. So when you save, I wanted to be able to to refresh the language server because we're working on this. I want to refresh it when we make changes. So I used exec on this. So when you save, if you're specifically saving the LSP file, it'll call exec on the LSP file. Because remember, like the LSP is just a server running in the background, so we can just exec and replace ourselves. And what's cool about that is like I can find you. Where was it? What was it?
Is it capital T?
YouTubers. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. So I can change that to, I don't know, Happy Friday, right? And then if we save it, now the did hover the hover message will change because it refreshed the LSP, so we can go like change it and stuff. Anyway, let's do some Rails hacking, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you think? All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so our first task is we want to know where it is. There is the app. Okay. And I'm gonna get rid of this freaking keycaster because it's bothering me. Git slash. Lance is asking, where can I find more info about the LSP protocol? Check out the description on this video. I linked to the protocol itself. Like it's got all the description, all the JSON formatting that you need, like everything is described there. And then also grab the gist that I made as well. Let's see, git streaming dash July. And then we say like, okay, so here in streaming dash July, I've got like it's just a basic Rails application. I added posts, so we can do like bin Rails s. Oh my god. What did I do wrong?
What's your Ruby version? Yeah.
I think this ought to do it. Okay. Bin Rails s. All right. So let's have the server running, and we want to do. I put the curl. Okay, it's up and running. Great. Let's do curl local host 3000 posts, I guess. Oh, not S. Sorry. I think that's working. Okay, so we wanted to do Rails info routes, or no, we're gonna do. So the one we want to do today is just what are we doing? We're gonna take a model name.
Don't you want to break it first so that we can see that where the route?
Do I? I don't want to bring up a.
I don't know. Okay.
I don't want to bring up a browser.
It's not what we practiced.
I'm sorry. We're
going off the rails.
Script. Oh my goodness. I literally just got that. I didn't expect. I hope everybody knows. So everybody on the live stream should know I am the one that makes the puns. I never expect it from Eileen. Okay, so we've got an info controller, and I want to do. So what I want to do is I want what do we want? We want
Routes.
to get. No, I want to do like a model thing. So when we're hovering on a model, so the first thing I want to do is like when we're hovering on a model. So if we have like let's actually edit app controllers. Let's try like post controller. So when we're on post, instead of this saying Happy Friday, I want it to like, yeah, I want to get the columns. Lance says get the columns from model. Yeah, I want to get the columns from model and display them in here. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's try doing that first. So the problem is we want something like info, maybe columns, something like this. Does this seem okay?
Yeah.
Like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, it doesn't work right now because we didn't fix it. So let's go open up. Let's go open up something. So we have to find where that info controller is, and I don't know where it is. Eileen, help! Help!
Wait, search for info controller.
Okay. Git grep info controller.
It's, rail ties.
Number 3. Okay.
Ah,
There we go. This one. Okay. Is this it? This is the one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the routes.
Nice. So like, when you're doing, if you're viewing a Rails application, or if you have like if you're working on a Rails app and you make a typo on a route, then it uses this to like render, to like give you suggestions about routes. But we want to extend this because like, I mean, I feel like displaying column information is more useful, I think. So let's add, what are we adding?
Columns.
Okay, so we're gonna get columns, and we're gonna get, what are we getting? Like the model, right?
Yep.
Should we have an if statement? Ask the language server where it is. Okay, model, and then, oh my goodness.
We gotta like.
What do we need to do?
Constantize. Yeah.
Okay, model, because it's just a string coming in, right? Constantize.
Yep.
Okay, so class equals this, and then what?
I think we can call columns directly on model.
Okay.
Or sorry, on the class.
On the class.
Yeah.
Let's just do model equals this. Model dot columns dot each. Do column. I'm just gonna like, what should we do? Let's just map it.
Yeah, I think map is gonna be better.
All right. And then what do we want? Column dot name.
Yeah.
Type maybe.
Are they strings or symbols? Doesn't.
I have no idea.
Matter.
Let's.
We'll find out the hard way.
Yes, let's find out. Let's find out the hard way. Okay. Let's just do like render JSON. Also, since this is my live stream, we're not writing any tests. I mean, we should
test real time.
We'll test. We should write tests for this, obviously. But let's like figure out. We're doing exploratory coding here, right? Right. All right.
Yeah.
So now we should be able to ask for columns, right? So if I go back over to here, let's restart the Rails app. So unfortunately, like since we're editing the framework itself, Lance says just call toString and don't think about it. Love it, yes. since we're editing Rails itself, we got to restart Rails between edits because it's like not gonna auto refresh. So let's do this, and then I'm gonna actually bring down the font a little bit so that people can see. Hopefully that's still okay. So let's do like foo. What? Oh, right.
We don't have any route.
Well, That is true, but also my thing is broken. Okay. So this is an error clearly, and it is, you're right. We did not add a route. So it doesn't know, actually, if we do, like if I do bin Rails routes, does it show the info controller? I don't even know.
I don't know.
It's Rails active storage, Rails conductor.
Turbo.
No. Huh. Let's pipe grep info. Huh. Okay. Well, okay. All right then. So let's add a route, but I don't know where the routes are for info controller. What should we look for?
For info routes.
Should we look for like
info/routes?
Routes. Oh, yes. Good call. I think. Yes.
Finisher.
Okay. So right. It's hard to see I guess kind of the videos in the way, but like right here is the route. Okay, I will get finisher. What is a finisher? Tell me.
I don't know.
It's like
I don't ever spend any time in rail ties except for to write tests. I need to activate a whole app.
John says we specifically hide the info controller. I think finisher is a dessert, right? Like this is the ice. The ice cream, or is this the bill? Are we getting the bill here?
It's port.
Okay, what are we looking for? Get info. Okay. Here we go. So Rails, if Rails and development, we do these things. So we're gonna add a new route, which is, what did we call it?
Columns.
Did I spell that right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, now you did. No, that's no you. Yeah, columns.
Okay. Wait, no. There, we want that. We tag all these as internal true. Okay, that's why.
You're missing info. It's Rails info columns.
Oh, thank you.
You have Rails columns.
Thank you. All right. Great. So, let's go back over here.
It's all Pairin telling someone else they made a
mistake. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, we'll start the server, and then back over here, let's try asking for columns, and
well, we don't have a foo.
That's true.
Just post.
Yes. So we've got an error. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, right there, uninitialized. So like we got this uninitialized constant foo right there. Okay. So let's should we just try the post?
Yeah, let's see it working, and then we can fix the broken case.
Okay, post. Is that cool? Okay, so is that all the info we need? Really? We're gonna display ID, integer, title, string. Yeah, it seems good. Yeah. All right. Actually, let's look at, while we're here in the app, we can look at, just so people know, the schema, db schema. So these are the columns. These are the columns that we have, and that's what we'd like to pull up in the, like, that's what we'd like to display in the, from the LSP. Okay, so we got that. I guess let's fix the error case. Oh no. What info controller.
Yeah.
Why do I have changes in here? That's not good. Okay. So I don't know. Rescue? Like it had a problem constantizing it, right?
Yeah.
because the error. So the error was, what was the error? The error was name error, uninitialized constant foo. Should we specifically rescue name error?
I mean, I don't know. Rescue all of them.
Seems fine. Seems fine. Oh, John says we want safe constantize. Okay. All right. Let's do that. Safe constantize? Does that give us back a nil? I bet that gives us a nil.
Yeah. I think it just doesn't raise.
Okay. Let's do that. So, oh, maybe we can just do this. Safe. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And then we can just be like else 404.
I wanna, yeah. I think it's like head not found or something.
Head not found. Like that. Okay. Let's go kill the server, restart the server, and then if we do curl, so curl post should work. That's good. And then if we try like foo, that just didn't say anything. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what we want to give curl. VVV? Yeah, there we go. 404 not found. Nice. Lance is asking, how does the editor react to a 404? Well, we're actually going to, the answer is we're going to do the request from the LSP. The LSP will have to figure out how to deal with a 404. And what we're going to do is just not respond with anything. So, I mean, we could, I don't know, let's make it respond with, I got a 404, but I think we just want to respond with nothing. Let's see. So, wait, we did it. We did it.
We did it.
We did it. Nice. Okay, but we need to hook it up into the, we actually need to hook it into the LSP. Lance was saying, I was thinking respond with an empty array. Interesting. Maybe. Maybe. Let's do maybe. Did hover. Okay, so we got to do something here. We have the info from Rails, like we can curl Rails and get the information, but we need to extract from the source code, like what the user is hovering over. Cause like, let's see, I'm having this log to a file. Where was the file? Out.log. So let's go look at out.log as we hover over stuff. Okay, so here's our log file, and then let's just press, like on logger, let's press uppercase K, and then check what we saw in the log. So what we see in the log is this. It's kind of hard to see, but right here is the important part. This position, character, and line. So we know the file that they were editing, and we know the position, and we know the line that they were like hovering over. So I think we need to extract that from the source code so that we can pass it into Rails and be like, yo, please give me a thing. Let's I actually think I have code for that in here already. So let's just copy that because I like copying stuff. I think this is
Who
right.
doesn't?
Yeah. Let's copy paste. I'm a huge fan. Actually, this is what. So this is something we should be asking ChatGPT to do, right?
Yeah.
Fix my code, please. What the heck was it? Did hover? Okay, so let's just. I think this is right, but let's like. If we do this, let's read it. So we're saying, hey, give me the URI of the document that we say that we're hovering over. We're gonna parse it and get the file path back, because if we look at the output here, it's like file : / user or something or other. So it's kind of like a URI. So we'll just use URI to parse it, get the path. We'll read the text, then we'll try to extract the stuff from the text, and then get this and extract the token. So what I'm gonna do here is let's respond with the token that we extracted from the source code. So I hope this is right. I'm not sure if this is right. We're going to see if it's right. Oh man, that worked. Holy crap. Okay. So we got URI. We're able to see like URI. And what's weird though is like, if you hover, it's going to give us like saved file here. And that's not a model. Right? So we got post here. All right. I think we got what we need. So, well, we got the constant extracted from the source code, but we need to actually query the Rails server, right? How are we going to do that?
I don't know.
Well, I don't feel like installing any gems, so let's use NetHTTP maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
But let's write a test script first, because I'm also like I don't want to do it live. Well, I kind of want to do it live, but let's see. Lance is asking, can you get the type from the saved file? I don't understand what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Let me know. Let's see. Let's do tab test.rb require net HTTP, and then I can never ever remember how to use net HTTP. HTTP save file.
All right, time for documentation.
I think there's like a get response, just a one-off, but you have to parse the URI. Like you have to do like.
Yeah.
So if we do like what is it? Rails info
columns model
post
equals post.
Okay, let's see if this works. Oh.
Yeah.
I think we need to call like maybe body on this. I don't know. Let's give it a whirl. Just cat it. Ruby test.rb. No.
I think it's just get.
Oh. I think it's get response.
There's respose.
Yeah, there's a little. I think I don't know how to spell response. Let's try this. Okay. There it is.
Cool.
Okay. So we also need JSON in here, right? So let's just do like p JSON.parse that. That's not very Seattle style of me. Let me remove these. Okay. Let's see. Run it again. Cool. All right, we were able to get it. That's awesome. So let's copy this, pull it back in here, do this. So we got our JSON, and like, actually, let's modify our test script a little bit more, because like, the stuff that it displays in that box, it's just a string. So it's like, whatever string you put in there, it's just going to display that. So let's like grab this JSON and like try to format it in kind of a nice way, I guess. So I don't know how to do that. Like maybe doc.map array.join. Let's say like plus join. So let's read through this. So we're getting an array of arrays, and we're going to separate the arrays by, we're going to put pipes on either side, and then we're going to put a pipe in the middle, and then we're going to separate them by new lines. We probably need a space here. Let's just put this and like see what it looks like, if that's acceptable. I mean, it's not beautiful, but I mean, it's not beautiful, but also I don't put parentheses on anything. So what do I know about nice looking code? Let's see. Seems okay. Should we try getting that back up to the editor?
Yeah, seems good
All
enough.
Right. Yeah, good enough. All right. Let's
Pull
do
request
this.
welcome if we want to make it pretty.
Yes, exactly. Pull request welcome. Oh, John is saying it would be cool if it looked like the schema.rb formatting. Yes, it would. Yes. Lance is saying Seattle style is anti-Lisp, and actually, like, where Seattle style came from is that there was some sort of blog post that people were saying that Ruby is like a Lisp that doesn't have parentheses. So we were like, okay, well, let's try to remove all of the parentheses. Like, go as extreme as possible. Let's see. So our string is going to be stir. And then, oh, let's probably do like doc. We probably want to make the variables right. Let's see. I don't know, like model schema /n and then stir. That seems good enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's see. It should have, if everything worked correctly, then, oh man. We're only doing posts. This is not dynamic. So
yeah.
if we go here, did it work? Oh, it's crashing. No. Okay. What happened? Okay, that works. What happened? Did we do something wrong? Get response. I killed that. So if I do this, no, I didn't want you to do that. Stop. Oh no. Missing. Allison is asking, are we missing a require? That's a good question. Let's check. We've got JSON. Oh.
HTTP net.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah. Good catch. Thank you. So here is a huge problem with doing these language server things. Like if the process dies, I'm having a hard time figuring out how to get Vim LSP to like restart the process if it dies. So we're gonna have to quit here, and then vi app controllers post controller. But it should be started up now. Now if we do k here, nice. We should put, okay, so let's do, tabby ls.rb. Let's do, let's put the model name, heck was it? Model, I don't know, let's like put the token. So here's the token. We'll put the token here. Token. We'll just put that at the top. And then let's make it dynamic. So it's like token like that, right?
Yep.
I don't know what we do about, okay, let's do this and then figure out what to do about 404s. Like, because this is not going to handle a 404, I don't think. So now if we do post, there we go. It got post. Great. And then like this one is going to raise an exception, right? If we try to do it over post controller. I mean, should I do it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's just going to crash the language server. We won't see anything. There we go. It's crashing. Okay. Let's get our test script again. And then, I don't know, let's just put some garbage in here, like LOL, and then like Ruby test.rb. Okay. So let's handle the 404 case first. How do we do that? response. Let's just get the response and print it out. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, run it. Okay, I think we can ask for like a status.
Yeah.
No? Okay, code.
It's code.
That's code, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. And of course it's a string, that makes sense. All right, so we're just gonna say like if this is equal to, well, not equal to 404, then do the thing.
Do we want to do that, or do we only want to ever handle a 200?
Good call. I like that. I like that a lot. It's really hard when there's like 404 with a not equal seems like a double negative, and that's like, yeah, it makes my brain, when I think about it too much, it makes my brain not happy.
Yeah.
All right, so we need to do, let's do response up body, do the thing.
Yeah.
And then this should, okay, cool. So let's fix our language server. We just want like response equals, oops. Like that, right? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Got the response, get the thing, do the thing. And then
you just have a puts.
Yeah. Good call.
I don't know how to set it to stir.
But I guess like
handle no stir.
Yeah, I think we just don't want to respond if we can't do it. John says if you add enough locals, you'll never need parens again. Let's see, John Run says that. Okay, let's put this in here. I think if we just don't respond, I think we're good. Because it's not like a request and response, right? So
yeah,
let's do this. Let's do, we'll pull this up and then we'll say like, so post should work. Index should not crash the server. This is retrieving hover. Like maybe we should always respond.
Like and just say like,
I don't know what that is.
This isn't a model.
Yeah. Okay. I got an idea. It's almost time. So let's I got an idea. Let's do else stir equals.
Do we have to set token to?
No.
Or it'll just be nil.
Tokens.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's what we extract
hovered
from
over.
the source. Yeah. So I think we're good. Let's see.
Trailing commas.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing I love doing that Eileen hates is trailing commas.
You're even mixing them. You've got no trailing commas.
And yeah, look at this. Look at this. This is the real reason I never drive.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Hopefully the language server is still running, but I have a doubt that it is. Oh, it is. Oh, look at that. That's quite odd. A very odd response. Let's just do weird. Whoa. Wow. Look at this. Set list. Wow. Okay. Let's just let's make it like different emoji, like an easier emoji. Like let's do this one. I think that's an easier emoji. And then now we can do like that. Nice. I like that. Okay. I think we should stop here.
Okay.
it was really great to have you on, Eileen. I really appreciate you coming on the stream. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. All right.
One day I'll convince you to get rid of the trailing commas at least.
Oh no, you convinced me. I'm just lazy. I
don't know.
All right.
So ugly.
All right, I'll see you later, Eileen.
Bye.
Okay, let's go back over to Keynote here. Keynote view. All right, so thank you everyone for coming. This week we did some LSP stuff. It was a bunch of fun. I had a good time. Thank you all for coming. Next month I want to do an introduction to flame graphs. So I want to look at doing flame graphs in an application. What are flame graphs? How do you use them? And just mess around with flame graphs. And I want to say thanks again to Eileen. I really appreciate that you came. And also thanks all of you for attending. And I will see you again next month. Bye.